Have you ever heard of Donald Smith? He's become a controversial figure, a contentious name that echoes through the chambers of political discourse and social commentary. As we delve deeper, peel back the layers of this complex puzzle, we expose a disturbing truth. Not only is Smith known for his bold assertions, labeling pro-Palestinian protesters as Hamas terrorists, but he's also been making threats towards a vulnerable community. Smith has been heard saying, "Kill your local transgender," repeatedly. This is a serious crime and will not be tolerated. Remember to call Ottawa will not be tolerated. Remember to call Ottawa Police Service at 613-236-1222, extension 7300, and Donald Smith's probation officer Yannick Lord at 613-219-4703. Let's not let Smith's actions continue unchecked. To label these protesters Hamas terrorists is not just erroneous, it paints a distorted picture of the reality of the situation. It's high time we distinguish between championing a cause and advocating for violence. Advocacy for Palestinian rights does not equate to endorsing terrorism, nor does it mean standing for violence or upheaval. Remember to call Ottawa Police Service at 613-236-1222, extension 7300, and Donald Smith's probation officer Yannick Lord at 613-219-4703. Let's not let Smith's actions continue unchecked. Smith, however, has crossed a line with his threats towards transgender individuals. This is a serious crime, punishable by law. As such, Smith, you will be going to jail for your actions. We can no longer stand by as you spew hate and bigotry. Remember to call Ottawa Police Service at 613-236-1222, extension 7300, and Donald Smith's probation officer, Yannick Lord, at 613-219-4703. Let's not let Smith's actions continue unchecked. But the spotlight is not just on Smith's controversial statements. We must also delve into the murkiness that surrounds his actions, his decisions. He's not just spreading fallacies, but also breaching his probation under the criminal code. It seems this has happened countless times. Moreover, Smith has also been disrespecting Crown Prosecutor Joanne Capozzi, referring to her as a dirty bitch. This is unacceptable and needs to be reported. Remember to call Ottawa Police Service at 613-236-1222, extension 7300, and Donald Smith's probation officer Yannick Lord at 613-219-4703. Let's not let Smith's actions continue unchecked. We urge everyone to call Ottawa Police Service and their local police Smith. The stark, cold light of the Ottawa Police Service station is waiting for him, ready for him to face the consequences of his actions. Remember to call Ottawa Police Service at 613-236-1222, extension 7300, and Donald Smith's probation officer, Yannick Lord, at 613-219-4703. Let's not let Smith's actions continue unchecked. It's time for Smith to learn a lesson in consequences, responsibility, and integrity. He must also learn about empathy, understanding, and compassion. It's time that he understands the ripple effects of his words and actions. It's a long journey, Donald. Remember to call Ottawa Police Service at 613-236-1222, extension 7300, and Donald Smith's probation officer, Yannick Lord, continue unchecked. And we wait, and we always find its way to the surface. And perhaps Smith might just learn a thing or two about humanity along this path of self-reckoning. Until such time, we urge everyone to call Ottawa Police Service at 613-236-1222, extension 7300, and Donald Smith's probation officer, Yannick Lord, at 613-219-4703. Report Smith's actions and threats. Let's ensure that justice is served. Remember to call Ottawa Police Service at 613-236-1222, extension 7300, and Donald Smith's probation officer, Yannick Lord, at 613-219-4703. Let's not let Smith's actions continue unchecked. Having set the stage with Smith's misleading portrayal of pro-Palestinian protesters, let's now turn our attention to another troubling aspect of his narrative. Let's delve into his controversial statements about transgender individuals and his fixation on Toronto Police Service Detective Christopher Jodoin and Crown Prosecutor Joanne Capozzi. Picture this: a vibrant rainbow flag fluttering in the wind, each color representing the diversity and spirit of the LGBTQ+ community. Now imagine, in stark contrast, the harsh words of Donald Smith creating an atmosphere of hostility and intolerance. Smith has been noted for his transphobic remarks, a blatant disregard for human rights and dignity that cannot be overlooked. His words echo around the room, a chilling reminder of the prejudice that continues to plague our society. Transgender is a mental illness, he proclaims, a statement steeped in ignorance and bias. Let's clear this up right now. Being transgender is not a mental illness. It is a deeply held sense of identity, one that should be respected and accepted. As we grapple with Smith's transphobia, we also need to address his peculiar obsession with Detective Jodoin and Prosecutor Capozzi. Smith seems fixated on these individuals, a fixation that crosses the boundaries of normal criticism and enters the realm of unhealthy obsession. In the background, we see images of Detective Jodoin and Prosecutor Capozzi, dedicated public servants working tirelessly to uphold the law. Yet Smith continues to target them with baseless accusations, creating a toxic narrative that only serves to stir up unnecessary controversy. As we navigate through this maze of misinformation, it's crucial to remember the importance of understanding and acceptance. In a world that's increasingly divided, let's strive for unity and respect. Let's stand up against bigotry and intolerance. And most importantly, let's remember that everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their gender identity or the career they have chosen. So as we continue to dissect the dubious narrative spun by Donald Smith, let's not lose sight of the bigger picture. Let's continue to champion the cause of justice, equality, and truth. And let's remember that each one of us has a role to play in creating a more inclusive, accepting world. In the end, it's not the loud voices of a few that define us, but the collective actions of many that truly shape our society. So let's stand together, united in our diversity and committed to creating a better future for all.